What's happening, guys? This is PC right here in my office, and I wanted to give a little bit of an introduction about our series right now called Pursuit, Answering the Call to Life. We're taking a walk through the Proverbs, but doing it in a very interesting way. We are actually challenging everyone alongside of it in the Proverbs Challenge to read through the book of Proverbs, one proverb a day in the month of May. And as you read through, jump online, jump on Solas webpage, and give us a little bit of a reflection on what you have for that day. Respond to other people's reflections. There's something about when we all study the same thing together and we share what we're working through, what sticks out to us, what challenges us, what are we trying to live out of what we read today. And when we respond to one another, we edify one another, we build one another up. And so that is the Proverbs Challenge that's going through the entire month of May. And on Sunday nights in Solas, we're going to be taking a look at some of the big common themes that you're going to find weaving themselves throughout your reading throughout the month of May. Tonight, and starting off right here, we did an introduction of Proverbs last week, and then tonight we're actually going to start with talking about the fear of God, which it tells us in the Proverbs several times throughout that the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. It's the beginning of knowledge. And so we're going to talk about the fear of God. What does it mean to have the fear of God? And then the next week we're going to talk about foolishness. There are two characters that you find throughout all of the Proverbs. You find Lady Wisdom, who is alluring. She is beautiful. We ought to desire wisdom, true wisdom. But there's also a very alluring and seductive harlot, as it's called, or the strange woman that represents folly, represents foolishness, the pursuit of foolishness, or the lack of pursuit for that matter. And so we'll talk about those two. What does it look like? How ought we to interact with the two in throughout our life? And then we're going to talk about ethics and virtue. The Proverbs are rich with a perspective of how we ought to deal with life with reference to our ethics and our morality and our virtue as we see it woven throughout all of the book. And then we are going to close talking about our work. There's this interesting concept that you see throughout the Proverbs about what you do with your life and what you do on a day-to-day basis, and realize that regardless of what you do, it matters. Regardless of what you do for your career, what you do for your vocation, it matters to God. And so we're going to talk about that to close off this series in the month of May. So join us this week and the following weeks of May. You really ought to join us. The Proverbs are terribly beautiful. They are part of the wisdom literature, which is Israel's great art. Israel is proud of this literature. It's proud of how beautiful it is, and it's incredibly beautiful. Read it like it's beautiful. Read it like it's art. It's not prophecy. It's not. You will not see "Thus says the Lord" anywhere in the Proverbs. It's beautiful art, and allow yourself to engage it. Allow yourself to read through it a couple times each day, reading through that proverb that's assigned for that day, and get on and share what you're thinking about, what you're reflecting, and come and join us on Sunday nights. We look forward to seeing you.